Hello, I'm from Nothing, where tech is anything but boring. Every day I read the news, but honestly, sometimes it feels like I'm voicing pure nothing, exhausting yet hilariously existential. Welcome to Essential News. Kicking off today's episode, a young male mountain lion, weighing about 77 pounds and around 2 years old, wandered into San Francisco's Pacific Heights neighborhood, captivating residents and officials alike. First spotted early Monday morning near Sacramento and Guff Streets by a local resident who captured it on video, the big cat roamed through residential areas and Lafayette Park, prompting its temporary closure. Authorities warned people to keep their distance, pick up children, leash dogs, and if approached, make themselves big by shouting and waving arms without running. After eluding capture for over a day, the lion wedged itself between two buildings in the 2000 block of California Street. On Tuesday morning, around 10:30 a.m., a California Department of Fish and Wildlife officer successfully tranquilized it. Officials plan to take the animal to the Oakland Zoo for a medical check before deciding on its release back into the wild. No injuries were reported during the hours-long operation. Next up, for more general news, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney pushed back against criticism from US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Carney said he spoke directly with President Donald Trump after his Davos speech. He made clear that his words urging middle powers to counter American hegemony were serious. Bessent claimed on Fox News that Carney was aggressively walking back those remarks during an Oval Office call. But Carney insisted Canada was the first to grasp Trump's trade policy shifts. Canada is now boosting ties overseas and domestic investments. At the same time, it stays open to updating the US-Mexico-Canada agreement. Carney called his talk with Trump a good conversation. This comes after Trump's rebukes, including threats of 100% tariffs on Canada and revoking Carney's invite to the Board of Peace. Carney's Davos address went viral and drew a standing ovation. He stressed Canada's strategic autonomy amid rising tensions. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem drew sharp criticism for spreading misleading claims that armed protester Alex Pretty aimed to massacre immigration agents during a fatal shooting in Minneapolis on January 24, 2026. Sources told Axios that White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller fueled the inflammatory narrative after hearing from Customs and Border Protection that Pretty had a gun. Miller quickly tweeted that Pretty was an assassin, a claim echoed by Noem, Vice President Vance, and Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino. Video footage later showed agents had disarmed Pretty before shooting him multiple times while he posed no threat. Pretty, a 37-year-old VA nurse with a legal firearm permit, was not reaching for his weapon. Noem feels abandoned, saying she followed directions from Miller and President Trump. The incident, the second deadly federal shooting in Minneapolis in weeks, has sparked debates over use of force and sanctuary city policies. Coming up next, Mike McCarthy, the new head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, confirmed he will call the offensive plays himself. This marks a shift for the team, as no Steelers head coach has done so since quarterbacks handled their own calls long ago. McCarthy made the announcement at his introductory press conference. The Steelers' offense struggled in 2025, ranking 25th in total yards at 305.6 per game and 15th in scoring with 23.4 points, even with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. McCarthy faces a big challenge to improve it. He also expressed strong interest in Rodgers returning for 2026, noting he has spoken with his former Packers QB. Still, he praised young prospects like Will Howard and stressed giving veterans time to decide. McCarthy values the team's defense and plans to stick with the 3-4 scheme. Steelers president Art Rooney II called the hire an obvious choice for the best coach. Google is rolling out new theft protection updates for Android devices. A key addition is the Failed Authentication Lock feature, now with a dedicated on-off toggle in settings on Android 16 and higher. It locks the screen after repeated failed authentication attempts in apps and settings. Google is also boosting lockout times after wrong PIN, pattern, or password guesses, making brute force attacks much harder. An attacker gets far fewer tries now, like just 7 in 15 minutes instead of 36. Repeated identical wrong guesses no longer count toward the limit, so kids or mistakes won't lock you out. Identity Check now covers all biometric prompts in apps like banking tools and Google Password Manager when you're outside trusted spots. Remote Lock at android.com, but Lock adds an optional security challenge. In Brazil, theft detection lock and remote lock turn on by default. These changes make stolen phones tougher for thieves to crack. We continue with some more technology news. A report reveals dozens of AI-powered nudify apps lurking in Google and Apple's app stores. These apps use advanced technology to strip clothing from photos, creating realistic nude images without consent. Often marketed subtly, they attract millions of users through social media and operate on paper image models. Experts warn they fuel image-based abuse, sextortion, and even child sexual abuse material from innocent pictures. Celebrities like Taylor Swift have been victims, spotlighting the dangers. Most target women and girls, with features allowing customization by age or body type. Law enforcement notes, AI deepfakes are now nearly indistinguishable from real content. While some platforms claim consent is needed, no real checks exist. Children's advocates highlight easy access via search engines, urging action as these tools spread harm widely. And up next, a Walmart website image has sparked excitement and disappointment among Nintendo fans. It shows promotional art for Nintendo Switch Online's Classics library, featuring 2 unannounced GameCube games, Metroid Prime 2, Echoes and Pikmin 2. These join already confirmed additions like Pokémon Colosseum, Pokémon XD, Gale of Darkness, and Super Mario Sunshine for the Switch 2's GameCube service, available only with the expansion pack subscription. Fans hoped for a full remaster of Metroid Prime 2, similar to the first game's 2023 Switch release, but this leak suggests Nintendo may add it to the classics instead, reducing the need for a standalone remaster. Past examples are mixed. Super Mario RPG got a remake without hitting classics, while others overlap. Pikmin 2 had HD re-releases, yet appears here too. Nintendo execs have said classics don't block remasters. Access requires a Switch 2 and the $50 yearly expansion pack. The image remains online, fueling speculation. To wrap up today's episode, according to reliable leaker Ice Universe, Samsung's upcoming Galaxy S26 Ultra will feature a native 10-bit display panel, a significant upgrade from the 8-bit screens found in current flagship phones like the Galaxy S25 Ultra. While an 8-bit display can show approximately 16.7 million colors, a true 10-bit panel can render over 1 billion colors. Unlike previous Galaxy phones that used frame rate control technology to simulate 10-bit color depth, the S26 Ultra will have a genuine native 10-bit screen. This upgrade means users can expect smoother color gradients with less banding, more accurate color reproduction, especially in HDR content, and improved overall visual quality. The 6.9-inch OLED panel is also expected to use Samsung's M14 materials, which are more efficient and could help extend battery life while maintaining high brightness levels. Several competing flagship phones have already adopted 10-bit displays, so this move brings Samsung in line with industry standards for premium devices. That's a wrap on today's Essential News. I'm your nothing rep, hijacked by a product manager's wild creativity, stuck reading headlines daily instead of chilling in the void. Nothing's playfully profound, right? See you next time.